Anyway, some trends for tonight's Knicks Celtics game. And if you subscribe to the PropQueen.com newsletter, you would have seen this early this morning around 10 a.m. Eastern time before any of the lines moved. So first, in the Knicks side, in the regular season at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks point guard Jalen Brunson, he's put up 27 and 36 points against the Celtics. He had 27 on Saturday. His points prop went up from 26.5 last game to 27.5 tonight. This could be the 30-plus game for Brunson. The Knicks center, Karl Anthony Towns. This rebounds prop is very, very fishy. He's had at least 13 rebounds in the last 5 games he's faced the Celtics. Like this year, between this series and the regular season, he's had at least 13 rebounds. Why is Cat's rebounds prop 11.5? Sure, it juices to the over, but it wasn't like a minus 160. It was minus 130 for the over. Fishy, fishy. Knicks small forward OG Anunoby. So he had a huge first game, 29 points. Then he just had 5 points in game 2 and 2 points in game 3. This isn't a surprise. In the regular season, Anunoby didn't put up more than 13 points against the Celtics. His points prop was 16.5 game 2. Now it's down to 14.5 in game 4. Be careful of OG Anunoby. It's under or nothing for me on OG. Celtics trends for tonight. So Jason Tatum, I kind of mentioned this before with Greg. He's done really well this year against the Knicks. Did really well at Madison Square Garden, putting up 30-plus points in 3 of 4 regular season matchups. Tatum had 23 points in game 1, 13 in game 2, 22 in game 3. Just not the big game. And in the regular season, Tatum had 32 and 40 at Madison Square Garden. His prop has consistently been 27.5. The book refuses to move it. You see everybody else with all their props. Everyone else is moving. And Jason Tatum's points prop at 27.5 continues to stay 27.5. So I think the book's just waiting, as we all are, for the big Jason Tatum game. We also have some numbers now on the Warriors. It's been 5 games without Steph Curry and with Jimmy Butler. The top line is the starting player, like the starters without Steph with Jimmy. That's compared to their regular season overall averages. Again, this is all in the PropQueen.com newsletter. Put it up this morning. Some of these props have moved. Like, I like Draymond unders today. Not only does his points drop off, his rebounds drop off, his assists drop off without Steph on the floor. The book moved Draymond's points prop up from 7.5 to 8.5. Draymond just hasn't had any good games like that. So to take his over scares me a bit on points. His assist prop Draymond dropped since this morning from 5.5 to 4.5. Anything Draymond related, I just look under. I don't want to take overs. It's like Rudy Gobert. Yeah, he'll have the one good game, but everything else, like majority rolls, goes under. Jimmy Butler's numbers are very spot on. Oh, thank you, Daniel. He says the premium subscription is very worth it on the PropQueen.com newsletter. You get all this stuff first thing in the morning. And then I just rehash it like for free on the show. But you want it first thing in the morning. Yeah, Draymond under everything. It feels like Draymond crash out game after last game where he got close, one more technical, and he's suspended. Buddy Hield. Jimmy Butler, I said his numbers are all very spot on. I have no interest there. Buddy Hield, so if you see at the top line there, overall without Steph, with Jimmy, he's averaging about the same amount of points as he does all year, so his numbers don't change. His prop change, though, Buddy Hield over his points prop, 13.5 went up to 14.5. And then Pods, it looks like it says Poos, but it's Pods, Podzimski. So I like his points prop. Again, I keep saying this. I'm waiting for the big Pods breakout game. It has to be coming soon. He's averaging 2 more points per game in games without Steph Curry. That's through 5 games. I know he hasn't had a good series. He hasn't put up this many points yet. It's just due. It's so annoying. So I keep waiting for that. The other thing I would say too, and these are the Celtics trends I mentioned before. I don't know how I just was talking about Jason Tatum and I skipped the other 2. Okay, Jaylen Brown. So he's had at least 20 points in all the Celtics home games against the Knicks, including both this series in Boston. At Madison Square Garden in game 3, he went under his points prop of 21.5 and 19 points. Brown's points prop is now 22.5. Brown's been terrible at MSG this year. I know he's great in the playoffs. At MSG, he had 12 and 6 points in the regular season. So just 22.5 just feels too high for me. Celtics point guard Derek White, he's had some very good numbers against the Knicks. He put up 19 in game 1, 20 in game 2, 17 in game 3. In the regular season, White had 24, 17, 19, and 14 points. His points prop, White, was 15.5 for game 2. It was 16.5 this morning, and it dropped to 15.5. So just keep your eyes out for that. For the Timberwolves, I also mentioned them in the newsletter. I'm just going with Julius Randle overs until proven otherwise. Power forwards have had success against the Warriors without Steph Curry. You look at the games, Giannis, 20 points, Okongwu, 22, Bam, 27. They all had at least 8 rebounds. Okongwu and Giannis had at least 6 assists. Randall's gone over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists in both these games. So I would say Randall overs. And then Jaden McDaniels, another power forward who could have success against the Warriors. Since Steph's been out, McDaniels put up 16 and 15. His points props 12.5. His regular season numbers, McDaniels weren't great against the Warriors. Again, those were all with Steph, so you have to keep that in mind. So that's what I would look at for the NBA tonight. Major League Baseball. I do have some other things I have to add too. I have to add Fishy lines to this. For anyone who's new tuning in, I have to add these all like one at a time. It is very annoying, but I think, sorry, one more to add. My mom says that I mumble, so I'm trying not to mumble. Batters to watch. Christian Yelich, he's a player to watch against Ben Lively tonight. He's got great numbers, 3 doubles and a homer. Justin Turner, double and a homer against Cal Quantrill. Nico Horner, 5 for 8 with a triple against Quantrill. Willie Adames has great numbers against Merrill Kelly, 368 with 2 homers. Gleyber Torres, 2 doubles and a homer against Tanner Houck. Ryan McMahon also, he's got a double, a triple, 2 homers, and 13 at-bats against Tyler Mahle. So I would definitely look at McMahon. Unders to watch in Major League Baseball tonight. Randy Arozarena, he's got 2 hits and 18 at-bats against Clark Schmidt. And remember, Astros history. Marcell Ozuna, 2 for 12. Or excuse me, Rays history is what I meant. Marcell Ozuna, 2 for 12 with a double and 3 strikeouts against Jake Irvin. Again, I'm just like stuck on the fact I just said that about Randy Arozarena. Anyway, Matt Olson, 1 for 10 with 4 strikeouts against Jake Irvin. Eugenio Suarez, 179 with 15 Ks against Justin Verlander. That's crazy. 15 Ks and 28 at-bats is wild. Ketel Marte, 2 for 16 with a double and 4 Ks against Verlander. And then Jorge Soler, 0 for 11 with 4 Ks against Michael King. Cal Quantrill is the new Patrick Corbin. They're kind of like they go hand in hand. So, yeah, I would agree with that. Jessica said, thanks, Daniel, for this, too. Because he said that. I was like trying to figure out where that was coming from. Verlander was teammates with Suarez, too. He knows him. Good insights. See, the chat's got great insights. Speaking of Verlander, we could go to K props to watch. So the first one, which is a little scary because of who he is Christopher Sanchez. And unfortunately, if you saw the newsletter this morning as a premium subscriber, you'll know that Jessica and I are on different sides of this. You could see Jessica's side for why she likes the under on the newsletter at thepropqueen.com. I like the over. I thought there was good value here at plus 106. Sanchez has faced 5 high K rate lineups. He went over 5.5 Ks in 4 of those 5 starts. He's pitching at home, which is helpful. Lefty starters, 7-2 over under their K prop against the Cards, averaging just over 5 strikeouts a game. It's big splits, lefties versus righties against the Cards. Righties averaging just over 4 strikeouts a game against St. Louis. Lefties just over 5. Righties 12-17 over under their K prop. Lefties 7-2 over under their K prop. I was looking at the value play there at plus 106 for Sanchez over. Clark Schmidt under 5.5 Ks, minus 120. I think someone said in the chat Hard Rock had a better number, so hopefully this isn't moving against me too bad. Schmidt started the year late because he was injured, so he's had 4 starts under his belt in 2025. Out of those 4 starts, they were against 3 of them were against low K rate teams. He had 2 against Kansas City, 6 against Toronto, and 4 against San Diego. 2 of the 3 of those, they go under 5.5 Ks. Righty starters, 7-18 over under their K prop against the Mariners, averaging just under 4 strikeouts a game. The MLB Props spreadsheet on thepropqueen.com, you can check that out. You'll see only 2 righties in the last 10 games have had 6 or more strikeouts against Seattle. They're really just not striking out that much. Arizona's righty Merrill Kelly over 4.5 Ks. This one has value at plus 120. Again, another like just good odds here. I know that Greg Peterson's down on Merrill Kelly, but I think the over has some value. He had 8 strikeouts last year in 7 innings against San Francisco. This season, he's only gone over in 1 of his 3 starts against the high K rate team, which scares me. The Giants just strike out a lot. Righties are 17 and 12 over under, averaging about 5 strikeouts a game against San Francisco. So you could look there. I also have one fishy line for today. I know Greg liked the Tigers. I feel bad going against any guest, but oof, there is a reason that Tigers line is plus 100. It's crazy to think that the public, of course, is going to back the Tigers. It's Tanner Houck's having a bad year. The Red Sox, not as good as the Tigers, who are the best team in the AL right now. It's fishy. Come on. You've got a 16-cent move. At one point, I saw a 20-cent move against the Tigers. If you dive deeper, you realize that in 2 starts this month, Tanner Houck has a 2.31 ERA. He's 2-0 with a 1.50 ERA in his 3 career starts against Detroit. The Red Sox bullpen has allowed just 1 earned run across their last just over 18 innings pitched through the last 5 games. The Tigers have lost 2 in a row, scoring 4 combined runs. This could be a very good time for Tanner Houck, who has a good history against Detroit, to be facing a Tigers team that hasn't been scoring that much. Just saying. We're going very over today. You know what the last segment is. Royal Lux! Royal Lux of the day. Going with the Clark Schmidt under 5.5 strikeouts. Just said it before. I'll say it again. He's only had 4 starts this year, and 3 of the 4 were against low K rate teams. He went under 5.5 Ks in 2 of those 3 starts against low K rate teams. Righty starters are 7 and 18 over under their K prop against the Mariners, averaging just under 4 strikeouts a game. Only 2 righties in the last 10 games have seen 6 or more strikeouts against Seattle. Clark Schmidt under 5.5 Ks. Also addressed how the Yankees bullpen's pretty rested. Their ace Max Fried is on the mound tomorrow. Not as long of a leash for Clark Schmidt tonight. Jaylen Brown under 22.5 points. This number just feels too high for his history against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. At MSG in the regular season, he had 12 and 6 points. Already went under 22.5 with 19. It's like the book raised this from 21.5 to 22.5 because he got so close with 19.5 with 19 points in Game 3. The number's just too high. Brown doesn't shoot as well at Madison Square Garden. Julius Randle over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Julius Randle's points prop was 18.5 in Game 2. It's now up to 20.5. We had the over in that Game 2 game of 18.5 because Randle should have had 20 plus. Now we're at 20.5 for Game 4 for points. He's put up at least 24 points, Randle, in these last 2 games without Steph Curry. Power forwards and centers, they've had success against the Warriors without Steph. Giannis, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Okongwu from the Hawks, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Bam Adebayo from the Heat, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Randle's gone over 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists in both games that Steph has been out. I would look to Randle overs tonight. I'm just going to take all 3 because he's been dominating the points, the rebounds, and assists. Now that I gave you 5 extra minutes, I am going to cut some clips for social media, get some dinner, and enjoy the Knicks Celtics game tonight. And thank you to the New York Yankees for playing on the West Coast right now because the Yankees aren't going to play until closer to 10 p.m. Eastern time, right when the Knicks game is over. So I'm going to be able to watch both with no issues. Thank you. It is a New York miracle because there is a very good chance we are going to be given a New York curse on Friday if the Knicks are home against the Celtics at the Garden and the Yankees are playing the Mets, Yankee Stadium. Oy! New York is going to be on fire. Oh, subs and Sports Grid. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today on this Monday. We had a really big audience today, so I'm very, very glad about it. Please subscribe to the YouTube page, Prop Queen Sports. Like, subscribe. It helps a lot. Subscribe to the newsletter if you want to get all this information earlier in the day, or if you don't want to have to go back on the YouTube and scroll through, you can just get this at 6:02 p.m. The newsletter comes out, 6:02 p.m. Eastern time. The newsletter comes out at thepropqueen.com. Go check it all out. Prop Queen Sports, Prop Queen, thepropqueen.com. New York parlay. That is my nightmare. Good luck tonight with all of your bets. I will see you all tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time here on the Prop Queen Pod.